SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 10 in college football, and we're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, who's coming off of a 4-0 against the spread week in college football with us last week. 6-0 overall, including the NFL, and he's going to take 5 college football games with us this week. Right now, we're going to discuss Louisiana-Monroe and Troy on Thursday night. Joe, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter. More winners coming.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, give a quick plug for OffshoreInsiders.com, which you definitely earned with your 6-0 against the spread record last week in our football previews.
Yeah, OffshoreInsiders.com. I've been in the business literally 26 years, going back to the Scorephone days. As far as the great runs we're on, too much to brag about here. Please visit OffshoreInsiders.com. See the homepage, all that we have to brag about.
Okay, sounds good. Louisiana-Monroe at Troy. Now, the first game we discussed was also a Thursday game, Rice, North Texas. I didn't have a good feel for that one. This one, I think I might be seeing a little edge here. Troy is a 3-point home favorite, totals 58.5, and that is a high total, but Louisiana-Monroe has gotten Colton Browning back at quarterback, and both these teams, of course, very high-powered, high-charged offenses, and their defenses can give up points. I'm thinking both these teams probably score 30. Both of them are I wouldn't want to, necessarily bet on one or the other to get a win and cover here, but I'm thinking if both score 30, that gives you an over 58.5 right there. My lean is to the over. What do you think, Joe Duffy?
I don't have quite as strong of an opinion on the total, much like just the opposite of the previous video we did. In this case, I'm actually liking the side. Okay. I like Troy. Okay. One of the things that we do, and you'll see in college basketball what's coming up, we love using a very similar angle in college basketball, especially when it comes to the non-BCS schools, the mid conferences, mid-majors. You will find a lot of scheduling dichotomies, but it happens at the major schools as well, where in this case, Troy is a bit undervalued. 5 of the previous 6 games were on the road, including at Mississippi State and Duke, 2, BCS squads. Now, don't get me wrong, Louisiana-Monroe has played a very tough schedule as well, but their tough games were early in the year on the road. So when people are looking at some of the recent stuff, Troy is playing a little bit better than a lot of people would think because the recent schedule has been so road heavy. Also, an amazing statistic. Now, sit down for this one, Peter.
Okay.
Prior to last week, Troy had forced 16 fumbles. They recovered only 1. Now, what is the handicapping ramifications for that? That tells me that Troy has had some bad fortune. It's obviously a skill to force these fumbles, but bad fortune if you recovered 1 out of 16. So that tells me that Troy is much better than their record. They should have had more turnovers go their way. And most importantly, we tell you all the time in basketball and football, when teams have key players who are freshmen, 2 things: they generally play better at home, and they play better as the year goes on. Troy running back Jordan Chun, he is a stud freshman, leads the country in touchdowns among freshmen. He's been substantially better at home, 5.6 rushing yards per attempt at home, just 3.1 on the road. Because of the way the schedules have been a little distorted and deceptive, home field advantage is going to be big here because Troy's been playing a little bit better than the pure numbers would dictate because of the scheduling dynamics.
All right, Joe Duffy leading Troy -3 over ULM. Thanks, Joe.